senior Dee Herachich made an incredible save with just a little over 4 minutes left in double overtime to keep the Greyhounds tied with the Lafayette Leopards at Ridley Athletic Complex on Saturday. Herachich recorded her 85th save in the Greyhounds' 3-3 draw with the Leopards, and she became Loyola's all-time career saves leader in the process. Hey everyone, I'm Melanie Plowski. Navy secured the #1 seed in men's soccer with a 2-1 victory over Loyola last weekend. Boston U clinched a share of the Patriot League regular season title in women's soccer with a 1-0 shutout win over Bucknell. And the American University field hockey team went perfect in league play with a 2-0 win over Lehigh on Saturday. We have all of those highlights and more in this week's fall sports edition of Patriot League Roundup. Navy senior defenseman Nick Dubé scored in the 21st minute of Wednesday's home game versus Lehigh, and the Mids held on to the lead until Mountain Hawks sophomore Jamie Lucchini tied it up with a goal in the 84th minute. Shortly after, Navy scored on an own goal deflected into the net by Lehigh, and the Mids went on to win the game 2-1. Navy continued its winning streak on Saturday, starting in the 41st minute when midfielder Martin Sanchez chipped a shot just over the head of the Loyola goaltender to make it 1-0. Early in the second half, Mids defenseman Derek Vogel added an insurance goal off a loose ball in the box. It was 2-0 until Loyola's Larry Enjock scored from 10 yards out in the 87th minute, but that wasn't enough to match the Mids, and Navy beat Loyola 2-1. Holy Cross scored off a free kick that was headed in by junior Will Bowers to put the Crusaders up 1-0 over Army in the 45th minute of Wednesday's game. After Army's Sean Mogan tied it up, Crusaders senior Monty Sanders nailed a shot from 20 yards out to secure the 2-1 victory in Worcester. Army junior goalkeeper Winston Bolt made 3 saves for the Black Knights on Saturday to keep Lafayette scoreless in Easton. And Leopards goalkeeper Nathan McDonald earned his 19th career shutout in the 0-0 draw that spanned 2 overtimes. The Bucknell Bison shut out the Lafayette Leopards on Wednesday with a 3-0 win in Easton. Bucknell's goals came from senior Josh Butsky in the 27th minute, sophomore Jesse Klug in the 50th minute, and junior Jonathan Grad in the 55th minute. And on Saturday, Grad struck again, this time against Holy Cross at home in the 23rd minute to put the Bison up 1-0. Later, Bucknell senior Myoa Ali scored on a header off a corner kick to make it 2-0. And teammate Jesse Klug made it 3-0 in the 81st minute with a rebound shot off of Patrick Figge's first attempt. Holy Cross's Matt Villano put the Crusaders on the board with a goal in the 86th minute, but that wasn't enough, and the Bison won 3-1. Larry Enjock lobbed a shot over the keeper's head in the 25th minute to give the Greyhounds a 1-0 advantage over American on Wednesday at home. American's Dale Ludwig tied it up with a goal in the 52nd minute, but Enjock answered back minutes later with a penalty kick to make it 2-1. And Greyhounds forward Connor Thompson widened the gap in the 72nd minute to seal the 3-1 victory. Colgate freshman Colin O'Neill netted his first career goal early in the second half to lift the Raiders to a 1-0 lead over Lehigh in Bethlehem on Saturday. And in the 62nd minute, teammate Evan Hero scored to clinch the 2-0 shutout win. Boston U freshman Erica Kozienski scored in the 53rd minute to seal a 1-0 win over Bucknell at home on Saturday. Americans Kelly Donovan scored in the 43rd minute to put the Eagles up 1-0 over the Colgate Raiders on Saturday in Hamilton, New York. Colgate tied it up in the second half with a goal by Emily Manugian, and later in the 80th minute, the Raiders scored off an own goal to secure the 2-1 win. Lehigh junior Danielle Snalin scored the lone goal in the 47th minute to lift the Mountain Hawks to a 1-0 victory over Holy Cross on Saturday at home. Lafayette sophomore Ali Taro scored from 3 yards out in the 24th minute to give the Leopards a 1-0 advantage over Loyola in Maryland on Saturday. Not even a minute later, Greyhound sophomore Rosie Hayes answered back with a goal to tie it up at 1. Seconds after that, Lafayette's Jacqueline Giordano punched it into the back of the net for the 2-1 lead. Loyola battled back at the end of the half when Nicole Wojcik banked a shot that landed in the goal for the equalizer. In the second half, Giordano reclaimed the lead for Lafayette to make it 3-2. But Loyola tied it up in the 61st minute when Caitlin McFadden nailed the shot to the top right corner of the goal, and the 3-3 score was final after 2 overtimes. American started its scoring off in the 8th minute with a goal by Natalie Connorth to put the Eagles up 1-0 over Lehigh in Bethlehem. Then in the 32nd minute, Jessica Davis recorded her first career goal to seal the 2-0 victory. Boston U freshman Sarah Martino poked a goal in off a rebound to give the Terriers a 1-0 lead over Lafayette on Saturday in Boston. And in the second half, Boston U's Sophie Laredo scored an insurance goal to secure the 2-0 shutout win. Crusader sophomore Katie Cronin scored on a breakaway early in Saturday's game at home to give Holy Cross a 1-0 lead over Colgate. The Raiders responded in the 23rd minute when Meredith Gibson scrambled to knock the ball in for a goal and tied up at 1. Then in the 32nd minute, Raiders senior Hallie Bigger scored off a rebound to make it 2-1. And in the second half, Bigger struck again with her second goal of the game to notch the 3-1 win. Colgate outside hitter Kathleen Harris led the Raiders to a 3-0 victory over Holy Cross in Worcester on Friday after racking up 11 kills and 10 digs. Caitlin Kremen added 14 digs and Kaylee Pfeiffer had 21 assists in the win. The Patriot League Network has 22 events on the schedule this week, including postseason play in women's soccer and field hockey. And don't forget, you can catch it all for free by logging on to patriotleague.tv. Be sure to check in with us next week for all the highlights and scores on our fall sports edition of Patriot League Roundup. For the Patriot League Network, I'm Melanie Plowski.